Welcome to Who is Respawn Gaming? Today's question for us is, what was the first video game system you owned, and what were your fondest memories with that video game system? Now I'm going to let you go first.
Here, let me go first. Alright. I don't remember how old I was, but I remember my dad had gone to Sears. Ooh, Sears.
Sears is still around.
Sears is still around.
It was back in what year is this? We're talking.
Oh, I don't know. It would have been sometime in the
late 80s?
Early 90s? Early 90s, I want to say early 90s.
When Sears was really big. I mean, it was a place you went to.
That was one of the big places you went to. I don't even think there wasn't a GameStop around when we bought.
No, and I remember Sears.
Yeah.
My memory of Sears, I'll say real quick, was that they had gaming consoles you could actually go inside and play. My parents would look at the washers, dryers, whatever they needed to buy that day, and I would play the Sega Genesis. Anyway.
All right. So I don't know. I believe he ordered it through them somehow. I think from the catalog.
Catalogs. You don't see that. You don't see catalogs.
You used to get the J.C. Penney's and the Sears Christmas catalogs.
Mm-hmm.
Circle the stuff you wanted when you were a kid. Get the wish book.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So this wasn't even anything I knew I wanted, because I don't even think at the time that at that point in time I was like, I liked video games, but I didn't have anything to play them on at home. None of my little friends really had them, so I wasn't really playing them, so it wasn't really in reach. But my first console that I can actually remember was an Atari 7800.
Which we're still hunting
That was my first. We are still hunting for it.
Yeah.
And the two big games that I can remember, and this had to be after the crash of Atari. It had to be, because I can remember going to, of all places, the dollar store or Dollar Tree and finding Atari games in huge bins for $1 for this system.
And today you can get some of them.
And I remember that with the 7800, I believe it came with Pole Position 2.
Okay.
The second one. It came with that cartridge, and that was all we had initially when we got it. So I played that a lot. But once we started noticing that these dollar stores had these games for $1, me and my dad would go and we would just look through.
How can you beat that price?
Look at the different box art and cover art and say, oh, this looks kind of cool, that looks kind of cool. So the other game that I really liked on there, I liked Chopper, but my favorite was Food Fight. It was this little man, and you had to try to get to the other side of the stage without these chefs throwing pies at you, and you had to dodge it, and then get all the way over to the other side of the screen, and his mouth would get really big, and he'd chomp on down an ice cream cone. And I spent hours playing that. That, Miss Pac-Man, and Pole Position 2. Those were the main games that I had for this. And then somehow we ended up with a copy of Hero, which is a really good game. You haven't gotten to play that yet.
No.
We've not been able to find a copy of it.
I haven't played that yet.
Still trying to find a copy of it. And we have a 2600 currently, but I'm still trying to find my 7800. That has been eluding me for a long time.
There are many stores, not many retro gaming stores or stores in general that have that.
They get it in, and as fast as they get it in,
it's gone.
It's gone.
And that even when you go to eBay, there's 10 or less that are available in decent condition.
So,
okay, so is that your story?
That is my story. That one day I'm gonna get another one.
Yeah, one day.
One day.
For me, I can remember. Now this isn't bad. My parents were being conservative and trying to save money. It was probably 91, 92, probably, I'd say. I was in the 2nd or 3rd grade. The Sega Master System was my first video game console. Because at the time the Nintendo was out, the Sega Genesis was out, but both of those were considerably more expensive.
Yeah, I can understand that.
So my parents said, well, we want to get him something that he's going to enjoy because he wants the video games. And we'll get him this one that is the last generation, per se, or mid-generation, I think it was more so. the Sega Master System. It came before the Sega Genesis. I got this. It's red and black. The game that I remember playing the most time with was Psycho Fox. And if you're not familiar with that game, it is very similar to Mario.
Very similar.
Very similar to Mario, but it's different. It has different characters you can be. You can be a tiger. You can be...
Isn't there a kangaroo?
A kangaroo. I think you might be able to be a hippo, if I remember correctly.
And a fox.
And a fox. That's the main character. And they all have this little punching ability where they punch the enemies. And you do typical side-scrolling jumping, hitting enemies, jumping over obstacles. And you can they also have this really cool thing. It's like a tower that moves like this that you jump on, and you can bend and I guess you call it fly off of that down further in the level.
Oh wow!
It's similar to Mario. It's got all different stages and levels, and it's got an ice level, and the game is just awesome. I spent a lot of time playing that. I still can go back to that game today, and I enjoy to sit around for 20-30 minutes and play that game at a time. It's really fun for the Sega Master System. So that's the game that really captured me. And I remember with the Sega Master System, I could go to our local indoor outlet mall with my allowance, or when I got a little bit older, my grass cutting money, and go down to the KB Toys and buy
KB Toys.
KB Toys, and they had, since it was an older system, they had Sega Master System games to choose from. I would buy Columns. A nice puzzle game. I played California Games. I went down there as much as I had money for and bought games. So that was my first console experience that I had myself. Is there anything else that you'd like to add to this conversation?
I think that's about it. I mean, that was my first console. I want to say, I believe that really was
The 7800.
Yeah, I think it was the 7800 was my first console. Yeah.
If you'd like to let us know in the comment section down below, what your first gaming console was and your fondest memories of that console. Let us know. We'd love to hear what you've got to say. We love the gaming community, and always like the video, subscribe to our channel for further updates on all things video gaming. We're going to be looking at everything from Atari and before, all the way up to the brand newest Xbox One X console once it launches. Thank you. This has been
Respawn Gaming.
Who is Respawn Gaming? What was the first console that we had memories of playing, that we owned?